Exodus chapter 21:22 says, if men who are fighting hit a pregnant woman and she gives birth prematurely, but there is no serious injury, the offender must be fined whatever the woman's husband demands and the court allows. But if there is a serious injury, you are to take life for a life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burn for burn, wound for wound, bruise for bruise. So here it talks about a woman who's pregnant. She gets hit in the midst of a fight between two men, and she gives birth prematurely. And there's no serious injury. Then it's just a fine. But if there's a life loss, then life for life. So here it's talking about not just a woman getting hit, but that she's pregnant and she gives birth. And what happens if that child dies after that? When she gives birth, then it's life for life. Yes, God considers the unborn. That's the NIV Study Bible. The unborn as God considers the unborn as life. And so, even though the world today tries to make it seem like, oh, that's just, it's not life, it's just a clump of cells. No. If it wasn't life, you wouldn't be trying to kill it. It's not plant life, it's not animal life, it's human life. And so you strive to get rid of it by abortion. And the Bible shows that that is murder. It's interesting, they want to get rid of the innocent human life, but yet the life that God says that you can deal with is the life of a murderer, that you can bring their life to an end. It gives the government that right. They don't do that, but instead they give society that was victimized by that killer a further bill by the proceedings, the legal proceedings, and also by life sentences where society has continued to pay their room and board and free medical. So they easily get rid of the innocent human life, but as far as doing what is justice, they have no stomach to do. But nevertheless, God says that this is murder. No matter how many millions and billions of times you've done this, and how much you want to try to sugarcoat it as health care, as, this is a woman's right to choose. No, a woman's right to choose was not to get in that bed. That was her right to choose. But she chose not to. Now she's trying to cover her tracks by murdering an innocent human life. If it was all good, all right, then she should be able to tell any children she does have that while she let them live, she ended the life of their siblings by abortion. Or a grandmother, she could tell her grandchildren that if their mother had wanted to abort them, to end their life by abortion, that she would have been for that, because the woman's right to choose. You see how wicked all that sounds? Because it is wicked. The whole thing is wicked. For a Christian, even though the world wants to kill their babies, which is kind of a substitute for what was happening among the wicked nations in ancient times when they threw their babies in the fire. Now they do it much sooner. They catch them earlier and kill them then. And God brought judgment on that nation for doing that. While the world is engaged in this baby killing, God already told those who are his servants, the choice is already made. There is no choice. And 1 Timothy 2, verse 15 brings out women are to have children. They're not to abort their children or kill their children. As the Bible says, the child is a reward. It's a blessing. It's a reward from God. And so parents treat it that way. They train their children that way so that they can be that blessing. They can be that reward. They never think or come into their mind that they have some choice to end the life. No, the Bible says a woman should be trained to love her husband, to love her children. But in this last days, the natural affection is gone. Women are sacrificing the unborn child on the altar of greed and having a good time. So this is just the way of the world, the way they do things. But judgment is coming. So no matter if it's by the actual abortion operation or the pill, Christians do not do that, because that choice that they're talking about is demonic, it's satanic, it's actual murder. And God calls life for life. So that means when judgment comes, they showed no mercy to the unborn, God will show them no mercy because of what they did. So never give in to the propaganda of the world. The world wants you to believe that abortion is just a medical procedure. No, it's not a medical procedure. It's murder. For an animal has more natural affection for their own than these humans do today. But true Christians will never engage in that. They don't have any parts in that. They don't support anybody who's for that, because they don't want to be complicit with their activities. But they maintain the sanctity of life, and because of that, they will enjoy the reward of children and also the favor of God when destruction comes on this earth.